or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you, regardless whatever time it is for you. If that makes sense, it'll make sense to evening and night workers. So many things. So I saw a video and I thought, oh my God, it matches my video to a T. And I'm like, then later as you start thinking too much, right? And I'm like, I don't think it matches at all, but it does really fit together. There's so many pieces to a puzzle. Sometimes you can't find those pieces. Sometimes they're all right in front of your face. I love the analogy that my teacher Russ used with, regardless on if you're outside, you have to be affected in some way. You have to be affected. There's lots of things you can do to protect yourself or shield yourself or cleanse whatever you've picked up from outside. Or if you're in, check out his video, it's fantastic. And he talks about, his title was a little provocative for me, so I almost didn't check it out. And Source says, check it out and stop judging. So it wasn't a judgment per se, as a, there's so many different things out there that use a lot of, actually me and Russ haven't even talked about this yet, but there's so many different treatments out there that float people's boat. That would definitely sink my ship. Why? Yeah, we'll leave it at that. They've taken the use of beautiful things, and some things have been corrupted. And that's whatever. It is what it is, because the only person, like even us, realistically, we've been corrupted. And we have to find our way back out to, it's an everyday thing. It's an everyday trying just to breathe in every moment that you're in. So it's like going out into your -30. And sometimes if it affects you too much outside, then you go inside and you have a nice warm hot chocolate. So it bonds with my video with finding your joy. And again, that can be anything. So, and listening to what everything's trying to say and seeing if it resonates with you. With this COVID, I was questioning everything. And if you know me personally, I do that. Why do I do that? Because I want to make sure that I'm on the right path. And that's why I think skeptics are good. And why I think if you ever question me, I think that's awesome. Yes, I love having enlightened conversations with people that are completely on the same wavelength, and like the waves just keep going, and it's like, yeah, you get me. I love that. But I also love when people question what you're doing, because I think you should question yourself. Some people were divinely guided to do teaching sessions, mediumship, videos, nursing, beads, bracelets. Some weren't. Grids. Everybody has, you have an intuitive ability. Whatever that is, we all have the ability to key in. How in depth? Who knows? It changes. If it changes on the situations that you're in. And sometimes you're so blind to the quills poking you from the outside, you don't even notice how much you already have on the inside. So I say quills because I saw a porcupine this morning, a dead one. And my first thought was, Stacy, this is your fault. This is your message. And I'm like, whoa. And And I'm like, it's not my fault. I didn't hit the beautiful creature. It makes me sad when I see animals on the street but are killed, roadkill. But I also know that it's food for something else. Oh, and it did come up. So I saw Bambi this morning, and that was a little sad. So, because I completely forgot to look it up, maybe that's for someone watching this video. So, deer, I'm going to say a fawn comes to my mind, because I think a fawn is a baby or a female. One of the two. But anyways, I'm going to trust that fawn is what we're looking for. Step out slowly into new endeavors. Explore with fresh innocence. New wonders are about to appear. Maintain a fresh outlook. So I also saw a porcupine. Now, some people believe a lot of different things, and my guidance to you is you need to honor whatever it means to you. So for me, I don't see porcupines every single day. Sometimes, actually, they do come in my yard. So for me, I'm still going to take the message at face value. Some choose that if it's dead, that means the energy is dead. And you know what? Sometimes it is. Sometimes if I see dead mice, that's how I take it, because I actually see live mice all the time running across the highway. So if they're dead, my sister told me, she says, it's an energy that you've already moved through. I'm so proud of my sisters. I'm so proud of my family. I'm so proud of all of you that have worked with me. I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of Mike. I'm so proud of all of us. We have come so far. You know, we have learned so much. So porcupine is renewed wonder. Balance work and play. Keep your sense of wonder alive. Resist the barbs of others. Protect your inner child. Resist the barbs of others. There is always going to be somebody telling you what to do or what not to do, or what's smart or what's not smart. They're going to tell you what's the best interest for your future. Now, thank goodness my husband's actually very balanced. I mean, we got our head-butting moments, absolutely. But I told him, I said, with all this COVID, I said, maybe I'm done my expos. Maybe I'm done my healing experiences. Maybe I'm not supposed to be a practitioner. Maybe I'm supposed to be a nurse. Now, why do I say that? Because I'm really enjoying the home care experience. I love working with all these wonderful nurses that I'm working with. I've always had, wonderful experiences. And during those experiences, I've always been able to help certain nurses too. Some more than others. Some have stayed with me. Some have fleeted away. Both are fantastic. So he says, you're not done. I said, what do you mean I'm not done? How do you know I'm not done? He goes, you're not done yet. At least not now. He says, you're done for now. He says, you always need to take that time in the summer, he says, to kind of put yourself, back together, renew yourself, recharge your batteries. Then you go full steam, and then you stop, and then you back up. I know for me, I like change. I have missed you guys so very much. So I had a session day yesterday, and one person canceled, and I'm like, okay, if the second person cancels, that's going to be God's divine thing to say, you know what, Stace, you're done. Let's be done. Now, again, there's always different energies working behind the scenes. And my favorite saying right now is, just because you don't believe in the devil does not mean he does not believe in you. I'm not saying you can't win. Light is stronger than dark. And if you shine bright enough, it gets all that shit out of there. I was also guided to share, how do you know if you're playing with the dark or not? Are you getting unhealthier, or are you getting healthier? Do you feel peace when you leave someone, or do you feel stress and drama? Do you feel more empowered, or do you feel worse? The darker energies focus on the worse, on the dark, on the yucky, on the yuck, and the lighter energy focuses on empowerment and finding your way and unconditional love, unconditional love, unconditional love, unconditional love. Regardless what my hair looks like today, regardless how fat or how skinny we think we are, whether if we think we're ugly with or without makeup, whether we have a sunburn on our cheeks, it doesn't matter. How do you feel? If you feel like your back is aching and there's bad things happening to you, you really need to pay attention to what that means. Things could attach to you. You may think it's an innocent endeavor, okay? But it might not be. You need to figure out if things are attaching themselves to you, why and how. I like some of my thrillers and one of the parts says, they don't want things. They want people. They want souls. They want to take over you. Now, in my experience, nursing, human, spiritual, religiously, it is real. It is very, 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 very real. And I have had attachments from palliative. I've had innocent attachments where a nice gentleman, I can't get into details on how and where, but this gentleman I had watched pass away. Now, we got along really well, and he was a very good supporter. And anyways, he even passed away like this, right before I was going to give medications. He was completely fine before it was his turn, and then literally passed away before I was ready to give all his medications. So I was like, dude, man, you're still looking after me. Even in the last moments, you were still looking after me, saying, I'm going to make sure she doesn't have to work, but we'll wait until she's done the other job. Like, seriously. Anyways, he actually, it took a friend, because I saw him in a vision, and I'm like, whatever, just push that aside. And my friend said, have you been working with somebody with liver cancer that loved to smoke and is around this age? And I'm like, fuck, it's real. And I said, shit. I said, he's with me, isn't he? Because I was craving smoking like you wouldn't believe. I quit smoking in 2003 or 2004? 2004, I think. And I've been fantastic. I took up a cigar right before that because we lost our two dogs, Chopper and Keisha. And first Kino, Keisha, and Chopper. And it was a hard time because we had them for all 12, 13 years. And I looked at my sister and I grabbed her cigar and I went and had it. And I'm like, oh, that was fantastic. I didn't choke. I didn't hiccup. Nothing. So, anyway, during this period, it all kind of happened at the same time. I was weak to that smoking. And he actually, I was smoking because I've told my friend, I said, what the hell's wrong with me? I said, I want to smoke until I get sick. And then as soon as I get sick, I'm like, ugh. Like I felt like I was going to die. Literally, I felt like I was going to die. And I felt green. And I felt like I needed to puke and throw up. And just a bad scene. And anyways, she says, and then she asked me that question. I said, yeah, actually, I have. And she says, and then all of a sudden, as she said it, I heard it. I'm sorry. You're sorry? Huh? And my friend said he wanted that last cigarette. And like I said, it was like at the same time, I could hear everything she was saying from him at the time she was telling me. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is a pretty loud validation. And she says he's sorry he didn't want to affect you the way he did, but he just wanted that last cigarette. So what is my point? Is spirits on the other side? I don't understand the whole heaven, purgatory, stuff like that, because I don't believe it's our job to know that. My most important gift and my most important quality is faith. And sometimes people don't like me because of that. They call it blind faith, and I don't think it's blind faith. I believe that I don't have to see the wounds. Okay, I just know what I believe. And I've been fighting for unconditional love since I was a little kid. And I told all my aunts, I said, I've always been a social butterfly. And I said, I still am. Because I think everybody is beautiful. And I don't care if you don't like me, because I think you're fucking beautiful. Period. I think you're amazing. I think you're wonderful. And even if you hurt my feelings and make me cry, I still love you. End of story. So I believe spirits will attach to our weaknesses. And I remember I met a man and I was in his home and I actually had to back away from his wife because I mean, I loved her, but I had to back away from her because he had demons. And I literally saw the demons coming out of him because they were like, I see you. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh my God. But they were feeding off of his addictions. They were feeding off of his addictions. And he was a very enlightened man, but he was so buried in these addictions that he got lost. And unfortunately, he might still be a little lost, but that I don't know. It's some people can stay in my life and some people I have to kind of push out. Doesn't mean I don't send them loving, and doesn't mean they're not important, because they extremely really, really are. Sorry, I keep looking because I got about 10 minutes. I don't want to rush you, but I do have a chiropractor, and a wasp wants to say hello. So let's check out wasp, and then we'll get to an affirmation. And I'm telling you, insects mean something. So check out your insects. Find the books that resonate with you. Okay, wasp. Protection is strong around you. Dreams are fulfilled through practical efforts and fulfilling your role and responsibilities. I had a dream last night, and it's funny because a few people in my life have been challenging me on exorcism. I'm like, I don't want to clean spaces, because it's not that I don't want to clean other people's spaces, but you don't understand how easy it is to dirty a space. If you have an argument and you're not working on yourself, I don't want to deal with that, because you need to deal with your shit. And if you don't deal with your shit, I can cleanse the hell out of your house. And the second I walk out, you start having a scrap, you allow that demon to come in and start freaking working on your smoking addiction or your drinking addiction or your weed addiction or whatever. No judgments. It's just dark energies will feed on that. If you're a drinker, dark energies will be like, yeah, I'm going to drink through that person. It's not beneficial. You have to build yourself. You have to build your life. You have to clear your space. You have to clear you. Because once you shine bright, then you have the guidance that you need. I actually had a little old lady that was smoking in my house. I have no idea what the history is. Woo! All right. Apparently we're doing Sacred Mother. They all just went flying. I had a little cute old lady in my house, and I wanted to, again, I still had that smoking thing, and the other stuff hadn't gone away yet. So I said, okay, I'm missing something. That guy, I definitely felt better after we cleared him, after we sent him to heaven, and it was all good. But there was a little old lady, moving around. And every spot in my sacred space felt like a great place to have a cigarette. And anyways, I actually had the guidance. I tried everything else. Nothing would work. And I had the guidance to build exact replica. I said, hey, if we're in all dimensions in time and space, then why couldn't we make something in another dimension for her? Because this was her house. This was where she was staying, and she was not fucking moving. And that was the end of her story. So I said, okay, I have a deal for you. So I imagined copying everything in my space. Everything, all of it. And I moved it up with her to above my realm. It worked. She's been gone ever since. 42. Sacred Mother of Earth. A message of love. We travel the endless corridors of our mind until one day we find a pathway that leads us to our heart. Who you are has nothing to do with your personality or your achievements, successes, or failures. The you think you are is an actor playing a role that your soul has chosen. The essence of you is soul, light, with no beginning or no end. You are an eternal spark of pure creativity, unlimited potential that yearns to be expressed and fulfilled. Your potential is your destiny. It awaits your call. Trust your heart and apply its love and wisdom to all you do. In this way, all you create or do will be a true expression of your soul. It is through expressing your truth that you create things of lasting value. Be true to you. It's really hot in this truck. Holy crap. The affirmations. I am in essence light. I am in essence soul. I am pure creative potential. I am guided by my heart. I apply love and wisdom to all I say and do. Namaste. Espavo, aho, and blessed be. To be continued.